other and we started to laugh because nobody knew I didn't know how I looked, but if I looked on somebody else, it looked ridiculous, without hair. Bald, everything. So we started to laugh because we didn't see each other. First of all, I had to stand in line appel. I don't know how many hours or days. Terrible jail appel. And then they put us to a barracks, and I was lucky because I was in a small barrack. Because in some barracks there were over 1,000 people, and we were over something like over 300 who had positions, and they were there already for over 2 years, and in terrible conditions. We had a block, and everything. They didn't have nothing. They laid down and they froze to death. And those who survived, first of all, they never believed that they're going to go out alive from there. And second, they lost every human feelings. They even told us that we were stupid animals, that we knew what's going on and we let ourselves take. We didn't do nothing about it. You were home and sleeping in your beds with covers, we froze to death. We worked on the Brezhnev camp. We started to work, and it was a good job because we worked at night with the packages where the people arrived, and they had the package and the valises and everything. And I always found, then I had it good because I didn't have a shoelace. I found a shoelace. Outdoor work, like men would do it, even what a healthy young man should do it, we did it. And I fell, and I hurt my knee, and it got pussy, and they took me to the hospital, to a beer, because the Red Cross came to visit the hospital, and they had it for show. Doctors, prisoner doctors. There were a lot of doctors there. And my foot got infected, and I couldn't walk. And they took me to the hospital, and they operated. The prisoner doctor, she was a Russian prisoner doctor. Her name was Dr. Lubov. And she operated with anesthesia. I was lucky. And I was in the hospital there. While I was in the hospital there, I met my pediatrician from my hometown. She was also working there in the hospital as a prisoner, because there were children there, because they had families, the Germans. They had families and they had children there. She was taking care of their children because she was a pediatrician. And then I met her there. And she came to visit me in the hospital, and she gave me vitamins, so whatever she could give me something extra, she gave it to me. And one day, Eva ran in to me, and she said they selected me. They wanted to take me to the gas chamber because she got very skinny, and I didn't know what to do. And I told her, go hide under my bed. And then I told somebody they should go for the doctor. And she came, and I told her, listen, she's here under my bed, they're going to look for her, what should I do? And then she went there to the German supervisor, and she said that here is a child, whose child is just as dear to me like your children, or to you. Please put her in a transport, just send her away, they shouldn't look for her. And they did it. I didn't know she went there, and I never knew what happened to her. I sent the transport to another place like Bergen-Belsen. I was there only for about 6 weeks. We didn't work there, nothing. We just stayed there till they will. And then I went Braunschweig. It's a German city. We were working on the street, cleaning from bombardment. The city was very badly bombarded, and we were cleaning the sidewalks. It was very, very cold. It was the middle of winter. It was January, and our sleeping place was very, very bad. Also, like they had straw, the floor just a thin layer of straw, and that's what we had to lay on. When we went to work, everybody was taking straw and put it under their dresses to keep warm, because it was very, very cold in the winter. Until they said that if you're doing that, then you're not going to have a mud to sleep. So we had to stop doing that. And when we were working, then not SS guys were watching us, no, it's called Wehrmacht. It's a different kind of soldiers, different, they were much nicer than the SS.
One day I talked to my friend and I says, from there the Hungarian border was approximately 4 or 5 miles. I says, why not when we go there to work, the snow was so high. For us, since in there, like we are dead, we are frozen, and then they go away, and then we will take the road to go to the Hungarian border. And I was like that, and we know the way how to go, because when we was working, there was Hungarian also there. They tell us, oh, 4 miles away is the Hungarian border, this and this way. Anyway, I was talking to a guy, Moshe Stern, anyway, and I says to him, let's throw ourselves in the snow. Snow was so big. And when they go away, we will stay there in the middle of the night. We will move into Hungary, to the Hungarian border. And I throw myself in. After they left, I say, Moshe, where are you? Moshe, Aineni. Moshe, he become cold feet, and again, he didn't come. And I was alone.
I went to hell, but my husband was on the farm with this guy who was taking him in, but they caught him because we couldn't make telephone calls and so on. So we wrote to each other to have a sign that we're still okay. So they catch the letter and they find out that he's on the farm hiding, and they took him to jail in the town. And then he had to say, and they took the man also who was hiding him to jail. But he was unbelievable nice. They hit him, they didn't touch my husband, but he was suffering not to believe how. So sure enough, when they went to jail, they had to tell them, I am his wife, my husband's wife. They came to Budapest and caught me and with my mother, because I was with my mother hiding. They took us from Budapest, my town, but there was no Jews anymore. The Jews was transported to Auschwitz. So they really didn't know what to do with us. He sent us to Budapest to with a policeman. But I had a brother in Budapest also hiding. He got us the Swedish papers, Wallenberg. We were unbelievable lucky. So when we arrived, and we had good friends. They were allowed to go from the jail for a little air. And my mother knew very well the postmaster, who was in the post office, and allowed to make a telephone call to my brother that we are arriving so and so time. They were waiting at the station, at the train station, and gave us the papers, the Swedish papers. So we were just unbelievable how it worked. So with the Swedish papers, we got free.
When we arrived to Bergen-Belsen during the day, Bergen-Belsen was a beautiful town, everything. And we walked from the train station during the day, and there were people going and coming, like a normal life, working. And we were going and we said, we are Hungarian Jews, we are Jews, we are Jews. They made believe that they didn't hear anything, they just went further, they didn't turn their head, nothing, they didn't hear. Because we looked not like human beings, like we would escape from a mental institution. The way we were dressed, the way we looked, so now they're going to say that they didn't know about. It's the biggest lie that they didn't know about. They had the rubber stick in their hands always, and that's whatever, faster, do faster. And the dog and the rubber stick, the most cruel, it wasn't human. I can't understand that these people went home and they were mothers and fathers. I can't understand how they could be loving mothers and loving fathers. They had children and family. I can't understand.
I come near the Hungarian border. They says, besides the Hungarians, stop. And I was come there and they took me. 6 soldiers and an officer there hitting me. Blood was running. He says, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to give you to eat. I'm going to give you a bed. You shall have energy. Tomorrow morning I'm going to cut, like when you eat chazar, you cut pieces. I will going to cut up your intestine like solonard, like the chazar. And I will take you in Avona. You shall have enough energy that you shall not die right away. I want to give you your serum, your pain. Anyway, I told them, give me your serum tomorrow, but give me to eat today. I was thinking, and they gave me a good supper. And they gave me a good supper, and I was there, and I got a bed. Washman, they didn't have only Hungarian uniform, and they put me on Hungarian uniform. I was waiting, I was going to